So welcome back. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was a great project to make. As I said at the beginning, it was sponsored for the resin in this project, and I used Amazing Clearcast. I don't know anybody else that's used Amazing Clearcast to do a resin table, and it was an amazingly risky project to start with. I didn't even know if this resin would be able to do what it's done. But I've always liked to push the limits, and I felt this was the project to do it on. I did it, as you see in the video, it was just little clips. I did, each pour was about, I did the first pour for the bottom so it would flow underneath and seal the wood, really. That was the first one. On that first coat, the resin, I've poured about 1/2 inch. I think it was too much for that first pour. Not that anything went wrong, it was absolutely beautifully clear, but I think if I'd have poured any more of it I may well have had some issues. So if you're going to do a table with the Amazing Clearcast, as long as you do thin layers, you're fine. I did another 4 layers on top of that, and with each one I degassed using a little blowtorch thing, and to be honest I should have used a bigger one, really. As the layers went up, they were all crystal clear, but the very last layer that I actually did, I was a bit distracted that evening. It was tired. I had to pour, I was pouring the resin on a 12-hour roll. So I would pour at 8 in the morning, 8 at night, 8 in the morning, 8 at night, 8 in the morning. And each time I did the pour, I poured roughly, would have been about 600 or 700 mils a time, maybe it was a bit more than that, but it was about between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, not quite 1/2 inch on each pour. And I had no problem with the heat or anything like that. It adhered. I can't see actually any lines or anything in it, but on the very last layer I didn't degas enough with the blowtorch, and I have some fine bubbles which has caused a haze on it. I wouldn't say it's ruined the project, but I was annoyed with myself that on the last layer that I didn't do that. On the underneath actually of the table, it's a beautiful clear surface, but on the top half, which was the best part of the wood really, you can slightly see that. I do think that I could have got rid of that if I hadn't have been distracted that particular time. But anyway, that's how it went. The table I'm really pleased with, went beautifully. I did originally start to sand it, as you've seen in the video, and then I went on and I made a router sled. I would definitely recommend that's a way forward. If you want to try this project, make a router sled. And it was just an inch bit that I used in my little hand Dremel, and it worked perfectly. Got a great surface on it, and I was able to sand it really well. I wanted to leave the wood bare, so I actually coated it with a Danish oil, finished that with. I did actually use Yorkshire Grit and Yorkshire Grit Microfine because I wanted to try and get the resin as scratch free as possible in order to try and get the best shine that I could get. And it does have a shine, but it's not as high glossy as I would like it. So if I was to do it again, I would probably do a very shallow coat on top, but then I would have had, the wood would have been glossy. So it swings and roundabouts, and it depends what you're looking for. If I was to do the project again, and it will be done again because I do have other smaller tables that I want to test out, I would use the Amazing Clearcast. I wouldn't hesitate to, but I would use it with a solid mica powder like the Caster's Choice, like I did with when I filled in the voids. I would maybe do a solid colour like that, and I think it could look absolutely terrific, to be honest, with that, because you would get the swirlingness that you get in resin with the mica powders. So it would be absolutely perfect for that. When I did eventually sand it down, you don't really have any bubbles on the top that you can see or anything, because they are absolutely minute, but I know that they're there. But they are absolutely minute, but you wouldn't see that if it was a solid colour. So I just wanted to come back and explain those things. The table isn't perfect, but it's perfect for me. I was pleased with I didn't think that I could finish the table quite as well as I'd done, and you know, it was a whole new thing to me. I've never even built a table, never mind a resin table. So I wanted to come back. If you want to see this table, it will be at Maker Central this weekend on the stand with a couple of others tables that are there. So please go along and have a look. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and you will be seeing me doing some other pours very soon. Thank you very much for watching, everybody.